First of all, I was there that night. I was with Suge.
Oh, you were with him. Okay. Do you have any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. And if nobody shot him, that's the same person that shot Malcolm X too. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it?
Who killed Tupac Shakur, the 25-year-old rapper, considered one of the most influential artists of all time, was gunned down in Las Vegas in 1996. Well, on Friday, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was indicted on one count of...
After decades of investigation, speculation, and testimony, the legal outcome hasn't changed. There have been no charges and no convictions. Prosecutors say there isn't enough physical evidence, while defense attorneys highlight conflicting stories. The law requires clear proof, but history doesn't always provide it. So the question remains, if justice depends on evidence that never appears, does accountability fade away, or does it stay alive in public memory until the truth is no longer too difficult to face?
Deviance is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
For those who are celebrating this year, yeah.
All right, well, let's get right into it. All right, I'm gonna count it down, and we're gonna start from there. I'm gonna go
Sure.
3. Are you ready? All right, in 3, 2, real life street stars, man. We are back once again. The woman with the plan, the Jaganator, the Jag Squad, Mrs. Jaguar. Right. Welcome back.
Hey. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, and Jag, I don't know if this is
How are days going for you guys since you asked?
Cold. Yeah, it's cold. We got to deal. We got that Philly weather. We got that Philly weather down here, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it.
That's insane. I remember when I first moved to Dallas, the first Christmas we had, it was like 68 degrees, 70 degrees. And I was like, see, this is awesome. A Christmas you can barbecue on. So, yeah.
We call that freezing down here. Yeah, I'll tell you. Horrible. Jack, I don't know if it's a time to celebrate or a time to mourn, because we have a documentary that's trending #1 on Netflix, where we have a black man executive producing the downfall of another black man.
Is that what we're calling it?
I mean, that's how some people are looking at this thing. Or it might be looked at as a vindication, but that's why we're here. We're gonna have a conversation, man. This Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the 50 Cent Diddy doc. First and foremost, we've been talking about this thing, Jack, for going on 2 years now, and once again, thank you for even being, I guess you could say, a beacon during this whole conversation, as far as kind of spreading light on a lot of things that go down in the industry that, the normal person may not even see or hear about, that happens in the day-to-day. Did you really think 50 Cent, when he first mentioned it, that there was an actual documentary being worked on?
Well, see, this is the thing. I can believe that it was happening. At what purpose? See, and that's the thing. Like, my opinion about all of this stuff is so much different than your average person's, and my outlook is so much different than your average person's. Did I believe that it was possible? Absolutely. Why wouldn't he be able to do a documentary? Why wouldn't he be able to bring in Alexandria to come and put this together? Like, the woman who directed this, she doesn't even seem to have a background in hip hop at all.
That makes sense.
So it's like, it's kind of interesting.
Gene Deal's accounts offer a closer, more personal perspective, focusing on behavior, repeated actions, and fixations rather than single events. He talks about patterns, imitation, overlapping relationships, and blurred lines between rivalry and admiration. It's not direct proof, but it adds depth to the story. In environments shaped by ego and legacy, admiration can slowly turn into obsession. When rivalry becomes personal, it can change the reasons behind people's actions. This raises an important question: can psychological patterns ever be considered alongside legal evidence when trying to understand the truth?
The 1996 Soul Train Awards, man, y'all had two run-ins with Tupac and Suge Knight at that award show, right? One outside the award show and one inside the award show. I think the one outside the award show, Tupac and Suge, they pulled up in a red Hummer and Tupac got out and he started yelling at Biggie. And you said somebody named C. Gutter pulled out a gun on Tupac. And I think the one inside the award show, you said that y'all seen Tupac and Suge, and when you look to the side of you, Puffy disappeared. And I did an interview with Napoleon, and he told me that Tupac told him that when Puffy seen him, he ran. And I think Napoleon told me that Puffy ran inside a tour bus. That's what Tupac told him. So from your point of view, man, what happened?
Well, you're talking about the 96 Soul Train and the 97 Soul Train. The 96 Soul Train Awards, right? One of the officers, and I'm just gonna call him Bun, he was at the 96 Soul Train Awards with me, and he was right next to Big. And this is based on his accounts, right? Now this guy is he's a decorated officer, been an officer for over 30-some years, and if I'm gonna believe somebody, I'm gonna believe what he tells me. You understand? And I've been knowing him since '86. So now, he tells me, because we're riding back in the limousine with Puff now, because Big and them left him out there. He told me, as far as Pac came over there talking about, nah, what, West Side and all this other shit like that. And a woman walked past Big. And when this woman walked past Big, she said, oh, now, Tupac is here. He said, Ma, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of him. You understand? And he said, Pac started saying, nah, what, you fat motherfucker, like that. And Big started saying, what, you know what I'm saying, went back and forth like that. Now, Suge Knight and them, they coming towards. And he said, for no reason, well, you know, you don't know what Suge and them gonna do, you don't know what, like, but C. Gutter pulls out the gun. When C. Gutter pulled out the gun, the Nation of Islam got in the middle of it. And they stopped all the bullshit. I don't know if Suge seen the gun or not. I don't know. But even C. Gutter, when he got out of jail, he went on another platform and he said, yeah, I pulled the gun out on Suge. He said it himself. You understand? There were stories that going around saying Keefy D did it. Keefy D wasn't even with us at the time. So now, me and Puff, here's the altercation over.
Lyrics from the late 90s have come back into focus, with people now examining them more closely. Some listeners hear them as confessions, while others see them as performance. Hip-hop has always mixed reality with exaggeration, blending real-life experiences with bold, dramatic expression. But when the words start to closely match real accusations, it becomes harder to ignore their possible meaning. This raises a question: is artistic expression a way to hide true intent, or is it a safer way to speak when being direct could be dangerous?
You've done something, and I've accomplished my goals. My goals are set out to make me a man. Now I feel like I'm a man now. I set out goals to make me a king. Now I'm not a king of anybody else but me. You know, nobody else is under my rule but me and my kids. You know what I mean? But I made myself into a king. Now I need a queen to be happy so that I can be a teacher and a father. I can't be that until I find a queen. So I'm stuck in the
So, what to do, what to get.
Hey man, bring my little homie home. He is not old enough to hang out with you. I was home. No, I went to the gas station to wait for y'all. Y'all kept going. So then I went behind you and kept going behind you. When I came behind you, you already went to your house. I came into my house, but you changed. Huh? At your house.
Former LAPD Detective Greg Kading brought forward recorded statements that brought new attention to long-standing claims about Tupac's murder. A key part of these claims was the idea of a financial motive. However, the story weakens where solid evidence should appear. There's no confirmed transaction or clear paper trail. That gap becomes the line between rumor and verified fact in modern justice systems. So the question remains, can truth exist without hard proof, or does missing evidence show the limits of what those in power allow to be proven?
Oh, you ain't see it. You ain't see it. Excuse me. Sit my little homie home. Put him in the cab or something. I'm doing that at 2 o'clock. Alright. Yeah. What?
In the highway, right?
Yeah. Out here too, though. 106. So, can you sit a nigga on? You want me to tell him that? I will tell him that. I'll put that in the interview. So, can you sit along? Huh? Come on, man. The batteries is running out. Cuz, man, we got some work to do. You know, I gotta go back to the movie set tomorrow. I don't got but today to work with they ass. Yeah, try to rush the studio. So, can you handle that for me, please? Alright, stop bullshit, man. Put him in the cab. Alright, I know you smoking on your key when you think you fucking cash, bro. But send a nigga home. Alright? Now he don't know how to drive. Don't give him no car. Just put him in.
According to 50 Cent, over 100 hours of footage didn't make it into the Netflix series. The edits were explained as necessary for time and focus, but documentaries aren't just neutral presentations, they're shaped by legal, cultural, and financial decisions. When large parts of the story are removed, viewers are often given a simple sense of closure instead of the full complexity. That raises an important question. When does editing stop being storytelling and start becoming a way to protect certain narratives?
I was with you.
Oh, you were with him. Okay. Do you have any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. And if nobody shot him, that's the same person that shot Malcolm X too. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it? Certainly doesn't bother me.
So,
shout outs to the nobodies of the world.
You're predicting this is going to be a nobody situation.
I'm making no predictions whatsoever. I'm saying the police said they arrested the shooters, then said they didn't arrest the shooters. But I was there, so I know that 20 minutes after people were laying down on the ground shot.
When responsibility becomes unclear and fades into the background, one question still stands out. Who gains the most when accountability disappears?
Do anything to provoke this, or?
Nobody in the world has ever provoked themselves being shot.
That's true.
There's only two ways to get shot. Either you believe you're somewhere where a person can't have a gun, therefore making you safe, you know, like an airport or a club that restricts entrance, and a situation where the person already has the gun out and you're standing in front of somebody. Now, if you're an idiot, you can believe this was about Suge Knight, but Suge Knight has been accessible every day of his life for 20 years. We know who it was aimed at, we know whose life he saved, and we know why they won't talk about it. But now the rumor mill would tell you, yeah, see, the same thing Suge was doing to Katt, he was trying to do to Chris. They're forgetting something. Suge has never managed me.
What about the
Russell.
reports that this was gang related? These were two gang members that thought they did it in spite of Tupac.
If it was gang related, then why didn't it happen thoroughly? You see, there's parts of this story that just don't seem to make sense.
Right.
You're saying it was gang related, so that...
This wasn't guesswork, it sounded like someone carefully weighing the risks. When a person known for speaking boldly suddenly holds back, it makes you wonder why. Is it uncertainty, or the understanding that the consequences could reach far beyond just the person speaking? It's the kind of realization that leaves you shaken.
Influential artist of all time was gunned down in Las Vegas in 1996. Well, on Friday, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was indicted on one count of murder with a deadly weapon in relation to the killing. DJ Vlad, a major commentator in the hip-hop industry for years, admitted that police in Las Vegas asked him to help their investigation after he interviewed Keefe D. for his own show. And DJ Vlad joins me now.
Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
Oh, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So, someone from your car started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
So Orlando shot him across Dre?
He leaned over on the window, you go around the window, pop. They would drove on my side, I was popping. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
Well, DJ Vlad joins me now. DJ Vlad, thank you very much indeed for joining the show.
Absolutely, thank you for having me.
I know you've studied this case for so long, and these interviews that you did with Keefe D, they've turned out to be extremely significant in this investigation, leading, in fact, to him being arrested and indicted. When you heard that news, how did you feel?
Well, I mean, the goal wasn't really to get anyone arrested. It was really just to get the truth of the matter. The story about Orlando Anderson killing Tupac, I've known since around 2007. So it was essentially the worst kept secret in LA. Everyone knew about it, but there were no arrests, there was no convictions, there was no anything, there was no actual proofs. There was a lot of conspiracy theories around it. So around 2008, when I first heard the Keefe confession tapes that Greg Kading got, then I found out there was a book that was about to come out. I got a hold of Keefe D and his co-writer, and we scheduled an interview, and we just went from there.
I mean, he appears to have incriminated himself in this interview, certainly the last. Did you believe he was doing that as you interviewed him?
Well, I think that he believed that he had a level of immunity when he did the proffer agreement. I think at the time he was saying that he had cancer, so maybe he didn't think he had much time to live. So he was just kind of letting it loose at that point. But, it was a little bit crazy that he actually sat down and we did everything. And when I asked him about it, sometimes he would try to dodge certain questions, but ultimately I used the book as a blueprint. So whenever a question wouldn't get answered, I said, well, the book said X, Y, and Z. And then at that point,
In a 1995 interview, Tupac Shakur said something that still stands out today, mainly because of what he chose not to reveal. He mentioned having proof but didn't share it publicly. His tone was calm and careful, almost like he was speaking in a legal setting rather than out of emotion. Every word seemed thoughtfully chosen, as if he knew there could be serious consequences.
So everybody kind of already knew knew that something happened?
I didn't tell her so.
So you guys had to get the Cadillac painted and patched up and everything from the bullet holes?
And we took it back to the rental car place.
Was Orlando injured during the fight?
Is that?
Was Orlando injured during the fight?
Yeah.
Did he have to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
His shoulder?
Shoulder, yeah. Kicked his shoulder out of place.
Okay. Does anybody know what happened to the gun?
No, not for sure. Nobody knows exactly what happened to the gun.
What happened, Keefe D, did you say they went back? What happened when they went back to the white Cadillac?
Keefe D didn't go back to the white Cadillac. He went home by other means. So the white Cadillac and the gun was managed or handled by the rest of the crew. Keefe D wouldn't have had any knowledge of what happened unless he heard one of those guys disclose to us what happened.
Do you know what they thought happened to Tupac? Do you know if they thought Tupac was dead at the time? Well, you know anything about their conversations afterwards?
No, Keefy D told us that he thought Suge had been shot in the head. And so his impression was likely, at least in that immediate aftermath, he would have thought that, you know, somebody shot in the head. That's more than me. So, you know, the next day, of course, the reports start coming out on the news about Tupac being in the hospital in critical condition. So they would have known as soon as the reports came out that he wasn't dead. I don't know what they thought as far as the shooting. Obviously, Orlando laid down some fire. How many times he shot Tupac, he wouldn't have probably known. But he probably would have known that he hit him.
How did so many people find out what happened so quick?
The fucking the news, MTV news with that man Mike Lampkin. You know,
They were talking about you guys?
shit. They evidently should say Keefy D nephew. People don't know me. Keefy D nephew. Suge told him that. Yeah, like then he called me a rat. Oh, bitch, you been ratting. Wrong, yeah. Been ratting. You hired the police. Oh man, you just did this shit all wrong, buddy.
It's your Connect left town, and Connect got mad at you.
No, that Monday, he called me.
Katt Williams isn't an outsider in the usual way. He's someone who had chances to be part of powerful circles but chose not to step in. Over the years, he has talked about turning down money, connections, and opportunities that came with influence. His silence wasn't because he had nothing to say, it was a conscious choice to hold back. In a world where being accepted often means going along with things, choosing to stay distant says a lot. And when someone like him finally speaks, it makes people pay closer attention to what he has to say.
I run this city, send the cops, DA defense to come get me.
I ain't telling him to say that.
And then this one. Bo knows, but Diddy did it. Shootouts, coastal beef, shit, Diddy did it.
Jay, help me with that. Jay, help me with that. Jay, help me with that. Jay did that part right there. When he said,
cut it out, man.
Shootouts, coastal beef. I wasn't around, but I was like East Coast, West Coast. That was, and then Keefy D comes out and says,
God damn.
But they said you wrote it and it's him confessing the crime. Did you see this?
No,
Did you see
man,
the meme? Look at the meme.
Cats want to leave me for dead. You coming with me. You coming with me.
You know, I'm not involved in this.
You wrote those verses for real?
The real controversy isn't about what Netflix showed, it's about what was left out. A clip of Katt Williams talking about Tupac, silence, and being close to power was reportedly removed from the final version. In a documentary that claims to be complete, leaving things out becomes a powerful choice. What is included shapes how people remember events, and what is excluded can change who is held responsible. When important parts are edited away, it's no longer just about the content, it becomes about control. The real question is, who decides which truths are safe to be seen?
How you feel about the people that say Biggie was asking for him coming to LA so soon after Tupac got killed and him getting on the radio rapping Long Kiss Goodnight?
Man, you would get 100 people in the room, and out of the 100 people, probably 3 would say it was all right for Big to be in LA. 97% of those people would say he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look. You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time at LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Cause people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm gonna put them out the pasture.
Katt Williams didn't raise his voice, he spoke very quietly. It wasn't to blame anyone, but to remind people that some truths were never recorded. When Netflix completed its documentary about Diddy, some parts were shown while others were quietly removed, and at least one point of view didn't make it into the final version. Now, the real question isn't what happened to Tupac, it's why telling the full story still feels risky.